Thousands of kilometres of sea, housing almost as many shipwrecks. The Mediterranean is a vast sanctuary, where boats that sank in storms or were scuppered in a skirmish are waiting to be discovered. Off the coast of Porquerolles, Jérôme welcomes us on board his boat. He's been going out diving since he was just 7 years old, and now runs a club which specialises in the exploration of shipwrecks.
Let's go to the Donator. There's a bit of west wind that's picking up. We'll be safe here.
Jérôme takes us to one of the most beautiful Mediterranean wrecks, the Donator. This cargo ship rests on the seabed, some 52 metres down. It used to transport wine from Algeria to France, but disaster struck in the winter of 1945. On the 10th of November, the Donator sank after it hit a floating mine. 5 of its crew lost their lives. Today, the ship has become a haven for underwater wildlife.
There are magnificent Gorgonian corals. It's also inhabited by grouper fish on these massive sandbanks, and also there are barracudas. Discovering this wonderful wreck has been a huge joy. It's like a climber who's discovering the mountains. It's the same feeling for me. I'm discovering my area and my playground.
But of course, someone needed to find these wrecks in the first place. 75-year-old Jean-Pierre Joncheraye lets us dive into his world, rich with 55 years of underwater treasure hunting experience.
It started one day when I saw the handle of a vase jutting out from a rock, and we asked ourselves what it was. We asked our diving friends, and they told us to go to a library or to a university to find out more. And then, little by little, we caught this exploration bug.
The marine biologist has identified numerous wrecks, working out just what made the vessels sink.
This is the Ruby. It's the only submarine that you can reach from the coast. It's in a really stunning place, resting on white sand. It's the vessel that had the biggest military success during the war.
Jean-Pierre still dives down to the wreck of the Ruby. He's explored the submarine dozens of times since the end of the 1960s. The Ruby was a mine layer belonging to the Free French Naval Forces. This is one of its 16 compartments where the explosives were stored. 42 submariners used to make up its crew. It was intentionally sunk by the Navy in 1958 and now rests 39 metres underwater. French scientists are often discovering new wrecks. Off the coast of Cavalère, the André Malraux is heading out to sea. This is the French Ministry of Culture's research boat. With the help of robots, its team of underwater archaeologists have located a vessel which sank several centuries ago.
There's something.
Through this whole area there are things. We'd like to find ceramics that would help us to date this wreck a little better. The mystery remains. We know that there's a wreck, but it's fairly modern in the historical sense. It dates from the 16th to the end of the 18th, or the beginning of the 19th century, because there are guns and large anchors. Apart from that, we don't know much more.
In the early morning, the André Malraux heads into the Gulf of Saint-Tropez. This corner of the Mediterranean is full of wrecks. Archaeologists are trying to bring some old cannons up to the surface. They've been nestled in the sand for several centuries. The first one is winched out of the water without any difficulty. Each piece weighs between 200 and 300 kilos.
Tonight, they'll be placed in a tray with a solution to prevent them from corroding. We hope to find powder inside, or cannonballs, or other elements used when firing.
After 2 years of restoration, the guns will be put on display at the Museum of the Citadel in Saint-Tropez, where they'll wait patiently to be joined by other maritime treasures that are yet to be discovered.